You've probably heard a lot about protecting your skin barrier. And what does that really mean? Why can it make or break your results? Today, I'm revealing the secrets behind barrier first treatments, the strategy that's going to help you with your clients achieve those predictable, long lasting results before you reach for the device, peel, or serum. Hi, welcome to Beauty Babble. I'm Suzanne, CIDESCO-certified esthetician, former spa owner and educator with over 35 years in the industry. Now I'm focused on educating and mentoring beauty professionals like you. Over the years, I've seen incredible treatments fail, not because the technology was wrong, it's because the skin wasn't quite ready to receive that treatment. In this episode, we're going to break down a few things. The first one is, what's barrier treatment planning? What does that really mean? How to explain it to your clients in a way they actually will understand you, and why respecting the barrier first leads to those better results, long-lasting retention with your clients, and for you, more confident decision-making in that treatment room. Understanding the skin barrier, think of the skin like a living wall. Each layer has a job to do. It's hydrating, protecting, and it regulates the skin. When we dive into a little bit of this, think of the first one, the bricks. This forms the structure. So this is the healthy, hydrating, smooth part of your skin, resilient skin. When it's compromised, the surface can become reactive or maybe even uneven. The mortar, also known as a lipid matrix, this is what's locking all those cells together. Without even, the strong bricks holding it together, think of this as the ceramides, cholesterol, the fatty acids. Inside the brick is also the 12, the natural moisturizing factor. This acts like that reservoir, that internal holding, keeping the cells plump and hydrated. So when that's depleted, the skin can dry out and then it can react. Finally, the buzzword out there, the microbiome, more like that sealant. So this is going to regulate inflammation and protect against the harmful bacteria. So one of these layers is weakened. It only takes one. That's when the wall is completely compromised. So that's when the corrective treatments become risky. You could be working on a client and have had them for years and years, and you do the same treatment on them, and then all of a sudden, something goes wrong. You immediately go to the product you're using or the device you just did. In the end, you need to focus each and every time with your client to what they're doing. And I know you might have them regularly. I understand that. But especially weather, seasonal changes can change the hydration in the skin. Medications can do it. Their life, if it's stressful. Like I said, I hear more and more of this, people reaching out that, I've had this client for years and this went terribly wrong. And then we got to go back to the basics. And that's what I'm talking about when I think of the skin barrier itself. What are we looking at? Even if it's a little bit dehydrated, not too much, it still can create that adverse effect. Then that puts doubt in you because you weren't expecting it. And then the client, even though you've had them for years, God forbid it's the first time they've had you and this happens, but you can reverse it by just taking a step back. Go through the whole thing. I'm going to do a skin analysis. Let's look at this. I'm going to really check with hydration. When's the last time you had a glass of water? How much water do you drink in the day? What products are you using? If you have home care set up for them, dive into what you're doing, what they're doing with your advice, right? Now, remember, when one layer is weakened, it will crumble down the rest. And that's when it becomes sensitive or reactive. The second one, so why barrier first planning builds better clients and businesses for you? I kind of hinted on that. When clients understand the why behind your approach, they slow down and they will follow recommendations and stay consistent. This takes time to build. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to my clients away from doing something. They saw it on social media. They want to know the best. I want more and more. And that's what we are as a society. We want more and more. And we want that machine and we want that cream and that serum. And then I want to peel. And I always ask whenever I'm dealing with anyone of the professionals out there or my clients, okay, well, tell me why you want this. What are you hoping to achieve from this treatment or this product? What have you seen? What have you heard? And that's going to help you educate your clients. This way, fewer reactions are going to happen, more predictable outcomes. And the biggest one is they're going to trust your expertise. That's a win for you and your clients and your business. The third one I want to kind of jump into here is, so what does that look like? The step-by-step barrier first treatment planning. Here's how I'd recommend this approach to you. Assess the readiness. Again, you're going to look at the skin closely. No excuses to why they're pink today. Oh, the heater was on in my car. Oh, I ran up the stairs to come see you. Just really look at that for the moment. Is there any tightness in the skin? Flaking? Have they been recovering slower from healing from a breakout? Look for any kind of present things that could be a little different than you normally have, or what the seasons bring. I know that's a big one, but that's going to help reinforce that barrier first. So looking at that skin, touching that skin, feeling that skin, ask lots of questions about that. And it can be casual. It doesn't have to be with your clipboard and paper and being in that chart format. It can be casual conversation and tell me what's new, how are things going. What did you have to eat? Have you noticed anything different? Because food has an impact on skin too. The other aspect of that is knowing your clients. Sometimes it's hard to dig into that personal life, but what I'm referring to is the hormone changes. What age is your client? Could they be going through hormone changes? Are they near their menstrual cycle? Are they now taking medications because of menstrual cycle? There's a lot of factors involved, and all of a sudden it can just change in a heartbeat. You want to choose barrier supportive treatments like gentle exfoliations, hydrating masks, lipid infusions, lymphatic work. Let's get back to the basics of lymphatic is amazing on skin, all before introducing any stronger corrective modalities that you have. So start first by, if you think they're going to be completely fine, that's great. But you can never overhydrate a skin. I don't think I've ever heard that happen. So hydrating the skin so they're preparing. So if you are doing a peel, you always do pre-treatments to prepare the skin. They need to be at home doing pre-treatments before you start. Maybe it's a new device you're introducing. Anything that you can do to think, okay, let's prepare the skin to receive this new device, this new treatment, or the seasonal changes, the peels, whatever you have in your treatment room that you're trying to introduce. The third thing is layering gradually, correctively in the right way. So introduce one active or modality. Maybe it's the treatment you're doing, one at a time. You want to space it appropriately. I don't mean 15, 20 minutes in between everything. It's just one at a time, and notice anything happening with the skin as you do it. An example could be that you're going to be using more than one serum, or you're adding a booster to your serum or your massage cream. You're adding a peel, a chemical peel into your enzyme peel. Whatever that might be, you're going to layer it and go slowly with it. And the last one on that is really, it's reinforcing home care, but being gentle. If there's a corrective measure, they have acne, they have, scar tissue from the acne, rosacea, the pro-aging side of things, or menopause, a big one. And now the collagen's depleting so quickly in their body that it's affecting their skin quickly as well. So you can talk to them about reinforcing at home what to do and explain why you want to take that gentle approach. Let's just make sure your skin is ready for this. So we're going to go back to that gentle cleanser, toner, layer that hydration. We're going to see what lipid support we're going to bring into it. And, your protective cream, moisturizer, SPF after, and only introduce one corrective for the barrier one at a time. So Only introduce corrective products once the barrier shows that stability and it can take it. You can always pull away. Let's say it's been working. I've done this, I can't tell you, countless times to my clients. Say, okay, retinol. We're going to take a break from retinol. And they, for a couple of days, said, nope, we're going to take it away for X amount of time. It could be a month. It could be a few weeks. It could be 3 months, depending on what's going on with the client. Don't be afraid to take it away, but explain why. You're going to go back to the layers of the skin, that wall, that barrier, that support that's going to help. So we're just going to say, let's get it back to stable and at its optimum levels. Then we'll start doing it. So barrier first treatment planning isn't about showing results right away. It's about slowing down the potential things that can happen. It's about making every treatment that you do predictable, safe, and long lasting as well. I hope that gives you a little more insight. It's okay to take a step back. It's okay to revisit everything like it's the first time you're working on a client and you've had them forever. You're going to dive into this. And if you give this approach to your clients and say, I've been thinking about this, I think if we go back to the basics of where you were before and make sure hydration's up, the sensitivity, no inflammation in the skin, we are simply just doing too much, too fast on people today. And I think that's why, the phone calls that I get or the emails I get from professionals, it's like, well, I've worked on this person for years and years, and I've never had this happen. This is not the first time I've done this device or this treatment. So that's what happens. It can happen. And that's why asking you to just take a step back. It's okay to revisit and say, let's do this. In fact, a good approach could be that you look at this at least every season and say, you know what? Every season, I'm going to introduce this, and then we'll work on what that correctiveness is or what the goals are of the client, whatever that might be. So remember, healthy skin isn't rushed. That's something that you need to know. That's built with intention, one layer at a time. Okay. Prioritize that barrier health is going to help with the planning of your treatments, the all around tolerance of your skin, of the skin that you're working on, and your clients to understand that is going to be essential. You'll also have a calmer, stronger, more responsive skin every time. And then the results are in it. You'll see it right away. Take your before and after pictures, like I always say, and make sure that you show those clients that a few months from now, what it looks like. If you love this episode, please leave a review, subscribe, and share it with your colleagues. There's also a blog on this that I have as well, and you can check that out at beautycult.ca. Our resources are there. Until next time, keep building strong skin and strong results.